This is Harper. I have been to a Christmas thing for my oldest grandson tonight, and my dad is not answering my texts ever since Bree told him off on Tuesday. And she told him off through text also, and now he's not answering my text and Jude's text, where we've just messaged him and said, I love you, I hope you're okay. And then I just called him. It is Thursday evening, and I just called him to talk to him and see if I can smooth things over. Of course, he doesn't know about the four of us. He doesn't know that it's separate versions of JJ. He doesn't realize that moving in with him broke us totally apart, and that the Bree version is a different version than the Harper version, who just loves everybody. I mean, I love my dad. I've always loved him. He just never loved me. Not in the way that a dad should love a child. You know, a dad is supposed to care for a child and is supposed to take care of a child. And my dad did not do that. He didn't. He didn't. He was a bachelor with a family, and he did what he wanted to do, and he spent all his money on himself. And he tries to lie to himself and say that he gave my mom lots of money to take care of us, but we had mud for water in our house, and it was so cold that one night I peed on myself as a child to try to get warmer. And that's not how you should take care of your children. And he is a narcissist, but I love him anyway. I can't help but love him because he's my dad, and I've always loved him, and he's always been my hero, and he's always been somebody that I look up to, even though I know how he is. So he's refusing to answer my text back, and I just tried to call him and he didn't answer. And I'm really worried because Bree was very, very mean. She cussed at him, and she told him that he was a narcissist and that he had ruined all of his children's lives. And she just said some really horrible, horrible things, and we were hurt. I don't even know if I was awake, because it's all really fuzzy to me. Like, I do remember what happened, but it's like I'm watching somebody else that did it. And I know that Jude and Jesse were really a gentle woman. Now, not so much for me, because I'm feral. I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. And like Bree, she is more observant of it than I am. But for Jude and Jesse, it almost physically hurts them, especially Jude, because she does not like being a human anyway. She wants to be a spirit and be back with God. And tasteful and so unpleasant to her that it almost I would say it physically hurts her. And he knew that we were coming home. And it hurt Jesse and Jude. And it made Bree see red. And then the fact that we had lots and lots of paperwork to do, because we do all of his bookkeeping also. And we're keeping my sister's pugs this weekend. And it was Thanksgiving, so we were kind of spread really thin by that. And I think that's probably why. And like, he thought, well, she's only going to be there for one day, and then she's going to her sister's. And so what's the point? But the point is that we were having dinner and we were supposed to spend time together, and then I'm having to smell that stale. I think I've switched into Jude a little, because she was wide awake today too. She was almost crying because our older son, was kind of treating us like we were trash. And we're not trash. But he has a very...
In 1 mile, turn left onto Walker Pike.
He has a very bad opinion of us because of things that I've done in the past. Just being my normal feral self. And it's just... So anyway, I'm going to my dad's house and checking to make sure that he's all right, because it was very, very, very mean, some of the things that were said. And I just want to make sure that he's okay. It has been hard on him trying to change, because he is 78, and he is a spoiled toddler, and I'm afraid he's done something to hurt himself. So Bree says that I am not allowed to go in. She says just make sure that he's okay, that he's not done something bad to himself, and just make sure that he's okay. And then I'm supposed to text him and tell him that I know that he's okay, and that he needs to text me back or call me by Saturday afternoon, or I'm going to be going home. And honestly, Jude was so sad tonight by the way that our older son was treating us. And I guess I am too, that Jude is just really thinking that maybe we should just run away. That maybe we should just travel. Just travel and figure out a way to make money if this YouTube thing does not take off soon. Because we could travel. I don't know what we could do. I mean, we're a computer programmer, so we can find a job. It's not that we can't find a job. We can find a job. People need computer programmers, and I'm a good computer programmer. Bree especially is. And we could find a job doing that anywhere and get far away from here, far away from these people that don't really want us in their lives. My older son does not care to see us as much. Like, he's just so nasty to us sometimes, and I know that it's because he's mad at us for being the way that we are. And we're trying really hard not to say anything that would upset him, but it's hard not to be yourself, you know? But I wasn't even doing anything bad tonight. And it's like he still kind of knew that it was me. And like he was waiting for me to do something bad. And maybe I have done things bad in the past. I never meant to hurt them. I just didn't know. I didn't know how to be a mom. My brain is like an 8-year-old. But I'm trying really hard to grow up now. But it's like he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. He just wants me to go back in my box. So I'm gonna check and make sure that Daddy's okay. And then I'm gonna go back to my sister's. And I'll text him and let him know that I know that he's okay. And if he wants to see me, he needs to message me by Saturday afternoon. Or I'm just gonna go on home. But I'll probably stop by his house on Saturday afternoon too, just to make sure that he's alive and okay, because he's my dad and I love him. And I'm sorry that I was not the daughter that he wanted, the son that he wanted. I'm sorry that I wasn't the son that he wanted, and I'm just sorry that he's not the dad that I needed. And I'm sorry that I was not the mother that my sons needed. But I'm gonna try to be that now. And I'm really proud of my older son because he's very protective of his sons and his wife and protecting their peace. He will not let anybody disturb their peace. And that's the way that a father should be. And a husband, that's the way that a husband should be. And I'm very proud of him. He is a good boy. This is Bree. He's alive. He moved. Saw him move. And then I texted him and just let him know that I came to... Actually, it was Harper that texted him and said that she just came to make sure that he was okay, and that she loved him, and that she called him and he hadn't called her, so he must not be ready to talk. So he did call back, and it was obvious that he was still upset, that he was still mad, and it was still Harper talking to him, and she said that she was sorry that what she had said had been filled with hate, that it was hate-filled, but that he needed to stick to it. I reminded him of that very calmly, and I said, I was pretty calm, and I told him that, you know, once I took over, once I started calling out his bullshit, and I told him that we had to do better, that I had to be less angry and disrespectful when I talked to him, but that he needed to make. I'm sick of that bullshit. I'm just so sick of the bullshit. And I'm not for sure if it was Harper or me that told him that I thought that he was upset with me, and he was upset that I'd not spent a lot of time with him over the Thanksgiving holiday. But I'd spent the last 2 Thanksgivings with him, where he never spent them with us when I was growing up. But I spent the last 2 holidays with him, and it's my mom's turn. It was my mom's turn this year. It was actually her turn last year, but I didn't want him to be all alone, and my mom lives right across the street from my younger son, so she has him to chill out with. But I think that my dad was upset, and then also, I don't know, I think he's in some pain right now from his back, maybe because of the weather being as wet as it has been. And even when we went to my older son's house and visited with him and had chicken and visited with the babies, he kind of kept himself separate from us. Like, and we were a little bit crass. Like, I told a funny joke that my brother had told me, and my dad, I don't think he thought that was appropriate, and he just left the dinner table. The chair was hard on him. I think he's got a bed sore. I really do, because he just sits in that recliner like nonstop, 24/7. He's grown roots, and I think that hard chair was hard on him. And so he went and sat on the couch, and we're still sitting around the table eating, and he's totally separate. He was not laughing at anything that anybody said. I don't know. So whenever I was talking to him today, I told him, I said, well, I think that you were mad at me, and that's why I tell that he was still mad. So, you know, we'll see. I'm not gonna play his games. He got upset though, and he said, well, I'm gonna get off of here because you're saying that I'm playing games. I said, Daddy, you are playing games. He plays these little games, these little manipulative games, so that he can do what he wants. And all I ask him to do, I don't think that's that much to ask of somebody. But that's what my mom asked him to do too, and he wasn't willing to do it for her. But he said to come on Saturday after my sister gets home, which he's not seen her in 27 years. He's not seen my brother in 35 years, and he's getting ready to lose me. He must not care. You know? He doesn't care. Oh, he said that he would try to do better. I said, no, we are past try. We are past try. We are not trying to do better. But I didn't exactly say it like that. Like, I was still in Harper mode at that point, and she said, Daddy, we do not need to try. We need to do better. I do not think it's that much to ask, so that Jude and Jesse can be at peace. I don't know. That's my life. It's my fucking life, man. Why? I don't get it. I do not get it. I'm very good to him. I do almost everything that he asks. So I'm gonna go there on Saturday, and we'll see. But he got mad and hung up on me. So he needs to change. If he does not change this bad programming, where he thinks that he does no wrong and he can do whatever the hell he wants, even though it inconveniences the people in his life. I mean, he's lost everybody but me. Everybody. Go into trivia with my sister, who's the best, and my brother, who's the best. Here at the Burl Arcade in Lexington, Kentucky. Pretty awesome.